How's it going, everyone? It's been way too long since I last posted some Homefront content on my gaming channel here, so we're going to jump straight back into my Homefront weapon guides, and this time we're going to take a look at the next assault rifle, which is the T3AK. And in Homefront, this assault rifle is unlocked at level 40. So despite the name, the T3AK in real life is actually the Norinco QBZ-03, which is a Chinese assault rifle that's seen a little bit of action with the People's Armed Police and People's Liberation Army Marine Corps. It's got some general similarities to the AK-47 in its general looks. I think that's probably why it's often referred to as an AK variant by a lot of people who play Homefront. Kind of like the overall profile of it looks pretty similar, but it is actually an assault rifle, its own assault rifle. It's used in real life, and it's made by the company Norinco. That's the best Asian accent I can do. Norinco, Koba 7 or 3. Sorry if I offended anyone with that, but I had to give it a go. So let's take a look at the stats in Homefront. So like with most of the assault rifles, it's fully automatic. The T3AK has a high damage. It actually kills in one less shot at medium range than the other assault rifles, with the exception of the semi-automatics. So essentially, it's a fully automatic assault rifle with the power of the semi-automatics, like the M16 and the Scar L. The M4 and ACR both take 4 shots to kill at middle range, but the T3AK can drop someone in 3 shots. Despite this high damage though, you do have a very low rate of fire. It kind of just chugs along, and it's the slowest firing weapon out of all the assault rifles. Also, a typical trait of high damage weapons is a higher recoil, and it's definitely prominent when you're trying to take any long range shots with the T3AK. Burst firing is something you want to be doing to connect your long range shots, so you don't end up straying off target. Like with all the assault rifles, you get a pretty high ammo count, so you're not too likely to find yourself exhausting all your ammo supply and running dry. So obviously the main feature, the main advantage of the T3AK is that slightly higher damage output. It's always handy to be able to drop someone in one less shot, and obviously it helps in those medium range encounters. Obviously, you do have on the other hand, you do have those unfortunate disadvantages of this slow rate of fire and the high recoil, but you can kind of remedy those with the infant abilities like your steady aim ability, which we'll talk about in just a short while. So as for in-game performance and my usage, it's not a weapon that I tend to use very often. I might select it every now and again just to spice up my gameplays and use something different, but I mean, I tend to have a bias towards the the kind of NATO weapons and the weapons of the Allied forces. It's just my kind of preference having a kind of interest in guns. I kind of go for the weapons designed and manufactured in Europe and Northern America. So otherwise, it's pretty good all around. It's obviously got that high damage. The iron sights are okay. It's got all the attachments we can hope for. So with that in mind, let's move on to recommended attachments. So we've got pretty much the same setup as my ACR weapon guide. My 3 favourites go with, first of all, silencer. Now it's great in Homefront and in any first-person shooters not to appear on the radar when you open fire, and the silencer just helps you do that. Silencer is unlocked at 25 kills. Otherwise, the red dot sight in the game does help connect your longer range shots. It's a bit easier to see through than the standard iron sights, although you do have to use the weapon a fair while to be able to unlock the red dot sights at 50 kills. And the good old attachment that we get first up, just after 5 kills, is the holographic sight. This is handy just to see you through the levels as you're unlocking all the other attachments. It's a nice optic just to help you out. So moving on to recommended infantry abilities when using this weapon. Same again, we've got a pretty standard setup. The tactical reload feature just speeds up the time it takes to reload, so it keeps you in the action, so you're not stuck with your pants down changing a magazine. Otherwise, the quick draw ability is always handy to equip at just 1 point. It just helps maximise your chances when you run into someone on a one-on-one situation. Just being able to aim down sights a little bit quicker can often help you get on target first and take them out. And like we mentioned, we've got that high recoil with the T3AK with burst firing being necessary. So the steady aim ability just helps reduce that recoil when aiming down sights, so you're more likely to get those longer range shots. So that's the T3AK, also known as the Norinco QBZ-03 in real life. It's like I said, it's a pretty good weapon. It's one of the later ones you unlock in Homefront. My preference does go with the ACR and or M4, but like we mentioned, it has that unique feature of the high damage. So I hope you enjoyed this episode or found out anything new. If so, I'd always appreciate a thumbs up. It just helps my videos get a bit more widespread exposure. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.